Want $5,000 for your business? Yes, your business. Or you're going $5,000, I just want to start a business. Stay tuned. We can help you with both. Welcome to the WorkHARDAholics Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better. Hello, and welcome to WorkHARDaholics. That's right, you're back with the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, and I have got news and information for you. So let's go. All right, so first things first, I do want to say thank you for all of you who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. And I want to say there aren't enough of you. I appreciate your diligence and faithful, subscribership. We'll use that word today, on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, but we are looking to increase our YouTube channel. This means you. Thank you for your support. Like, share, subscribe, repeat, all that good stuff. Also want to say a special shout out to the Boss Ladies Hootie. We had an amazing event out at Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens. If you weren't there, I'm so sorry for you. And if you were, you made it amazing. So I want to share this little clip with you all. Check it out. So we welcome you. Welcome on behalf of the Empower Conference. So we wanted to say a special thank you to all of you amazing boss ladies who made the tea at Lewis Ginter an amazing event, especially including Catherine Winch, the author, the amazing, the one, the only, Slay Like a Mother, and Rita Ricks, who was, truly blessed us as our speaker for the afternoon. It was totally amazing, and if you weren't there, you don't want to make that happen again. So we're looking to do it again next year in 2023 in the spring. Keep your ears open, your eyes wide, because when it's gone, and then you'll be sad all over again. On that note, though, how many of you are ready for a recrudescence? Am I hearing crickets? Okay, don't you worry about that. We're going to come back to it. All right. For those of you who have been with the show for the 2 years that we've been in operation, is it 2 or 3? I'm looking at Christina, our producer. I am not sure. It's been 2 or 3 years. I really should know, but it's been 2 or 3 years of the show. And so now that we're back on the radio, thanks again to the box for having us back again, we've often switched our format. I have heard from some of you that you miss some of the other segments. So today, we are bringing some of those back for you, and we'll switch it up so that you can still have that experience as well as our traditional interviewing and getting to know the resources and things that are available for small business owners. All right, so here we go. But First things first, if you have been with us, you know that we always start off with what? Our word for the week, and thus, recrudescence. If you're on the radio and you're like, I don't know what she's doing, one, you should go over to YouTube, subscribe, and learn more about the history of the WorkHARDAholic. So I'm a geek. Boop, boop. That's why I make the amazing consultant that I am. I am a straight up geek. I love to research. I love information. And I consider it my job and duty to share that information with those of you who are business leaders, those of you who are entrepreneurs, wantrepreneurs, serialpreneurs, or want to start your own business or just be a side hustler. I'm here for you. So on that note, we always start with our word for the week because communication is key. And a lot of times we're engaging in these interactions, and these days sometimes hostile interactions. And then you're arguing with someone for an hour only to realize that you agreed, but somewhere in there someone said a word and you thought it meant something different. We're here to alleviate that trauma. Let's take that away. So to increase how smart we look and increase our better communication, our word for the week. If you have not been a faithful podcast listener, then you might not know that is how we normally start the show. So now, we introduce to you radio listeners. And for our stand-up podcasters, welcome back. You asked for it. We're bringing it back. Our word for the week. Our word for this week is recrudescence. RECRUDESCENCE. And what it simply means is to revive, to bring back something that you used to do or something that used to happen, to bring it back to life again. So for you Beyonce fans, it's Renaissance. Okay? I always think about Wonder Twin Powers Reactivate because it's a power that's always been within and you're bringing it back again. All right? So say it with me. Our word for the week. Recrudescence. 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 Use it in a sentence. Surprise, amaze, shock and awe someone with your wisdom and use of the English vocabulary. All right. Speaking of recrudescence, it takes us to our book it moment. I don't know why I like doing those little sound effects. It's something in my nature. Right? Our book it moment for this week is you can do it. You can do it. Okay, so this particular, I want to call it a workbook, but it says it's a handbook. If you were ever a Girl Scout, on my honor, if you were ever in those types of organizations where, I think Girl Scouts in particular, because you earn badges, right? You had all these tasks. I mean, you could be a Boy Scout too, but this book is for women, FYI. There you go. And so you had tasks. You learned how to start a fire. You started a business. You sewed something. You can get a badge for your accomplishments. This is the Merit Badge Handbook for grown-up girls. I never liked being called a girl. Anyway, I'll be grown up. We'll be a woman. Female, take your pick. The reason that I love this book is because a lot of times there are things that we want to accomplish, we want to do, and we forget. And it's so easy to put aside our dreams and aspirations. And so some of the things in here, they're so diverse. I mean, there's everything from travel to do stand-up comedy to, hey, you're interested in activism, how to champion a cause, how to get published, how to knit, how to quilt, how to bust a move. They are all different chapters in here. And you have a mentor who is someone who is an expert in that arena who is guiding you through it. And it's a thick book, but it's fun. And it helps you to remember to, do some of the things you've always wanted to do. So for me, the reason that I even pulled this back out, I have a crazy library, which most people know. And what made me pull this back out again is that this past week, for the first time in, I don't know, over a year, I pulled my violin out. And I played. So normally I pull my violin out to make sure that it's still working, but I played it. And that's actually one of the merit badges that you can get. It's either learn to play an instrument or play an instrument. So, ladies, I highly recommend give it a whirl because you can do it. All right. On that note of recrudescence, bringing things back to life, that renaissance, I present to you a new 5. Speaking of you can do it and recrudescence, we bring to you a new 5-day challenge. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 challenge for you all. And this challenge is to start a business in 5 days. What? Do you think that's impossible? That's why it's a challenge. If it was easy, who would need it? So when we talk about that renaissance, that recrudescence, and the attitude that you can do it, you can. I hear so many of you talk about the fact that you have a business idea, you have a thought, but you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do. And then I think a couple of weeks ago on the show, we talked about like how to start Ready, Set, Go, which is a program that I have. Ready, Set, Go /grow, depending on where you are in business. And I got some interesting feedback. So I'm like, okay, let this be your year of now. I know right now, you've been preparing kids, everyone's going back to school, all kinds of things are happening. You've been focused on everyone else's promotion and this and that. But what happened to that idea you had to start that business? Okay, no more talking. We're taking action and we're doing it together. This challenge is free. Costs you nothing but time. And if you have a dream and you're not applying time to it, really you have a nightmare. So let's bring your dream to life. So join us September, I think it's the 2nd. It's Labor Day, right? September 5th. September 5th. It is actually Labor Day is when it starts. And some of you are like, well, that's a holiday. Let it be a holiday for your life. Like, let it be a real celebration. Join us in the challenge. If you want to participate, email admin@WorkHARDAholics.com. That's admin@WorkHARDAholics.com. Everyone is welcome. It does have a female skew to it. But guys, you're welcome to join. And if you like, just don't be disrespectful to women and you're welcome to be there. All right. So join the Start a Business in 5 Days challenge. Start September 5th, clearly goes through September 9th. And when it's said and done, if you're doing the work and joining us each day, you will have started your own business. All right. So we look forward to seeing you coming along and joining us in that. So challenge, is it accepted? You let me know. All right. So speaking of resources and tools and information that you can use, especially as we're talking about starting a business, we're going into our Do Business Better segment. And there is an event that's being sponsored by the Virginia SBDC. I always talk about the different resources that are here. Last week we had Jeff Conley. Thank you so much, Jeff Conley from Horeco Purchasing. We've had other resources for you. We will continue to bring resources to you. But here is a webinar that is, once again, free, just for you. And it's Start a Business, and it talks about the legal and the administrative side of that. All right. It's a webinar. It's on Thursday, September 1st. So it's popping right around the corner. 10 a.m. If you want to register, you go to clients.virginiasbdc.org and you can go to the events and find it. Or you can click this link if you're on our YouTube channel. See the benefits of being on the YouTube channel? We'll probably pop it up on the Facebook as well. But that's when it's happening, September 1st. And they're going to go through all of those pieces. And it's free. We have a 5-day challenge for you that starts on the 5th. Then you have this webinar that's actually happening on the 1st. Combine the two, you're in business and ready to go. That's what we're talking about here, people. All right. But for those of you who are already in business and you're going, okay, I'm in business. I have a restaurant. I have a boutique. I have a winery. I love wineries. I don't like wine, but I love the process and I love like going for tours. That's why I'm always the designated driver. If you're in any of the type of tourist businesses, hotels, motels, Holiday Inn, that kind of thing, right? Anything related to festivals, anything that attracts visitors, then Virginia Tourism is trying to get $5,000 to you. And it's a grant, not a loan, right? If you don't know the difference, then You should go back and see one of our other episodes. We talk about it. Or we can talk about it again. If you have a question, you can let us know. But for now, just note the deadline is fast approaching. It started back in August. You have until September 20th at 5 p.m. And the thing to note when you're dealing with grants and monies, when they tell you your deadline, that's it. Period. If you are September 20th at 5:01 p.m., if that's the date stamp on it, you are too late. Goodbye. And we're talking free money. They're giving up to $5,000. Or they'll do a marketing match where they'll help you with your ads and how to get your business out there and help people know who you are. So, want to check that out? You can go to vatc.org/grants. vatc.org/grants. Keep in mind, the closing date is September 20th. So don't say I didn't tell you. All right. Speaking of, if you have a question, we are reintroducing the segment of What's Your Question? ¿Qué es su pregunta? All right. If you have a question related to business, leadership, anything relating to the success of either of those things, then send us a message at admin@WorkHARDaholics.com. Admin, ADMIN, at WorkHARDAholics, WorkHARDaholics.com. You spell that 5 times fast. All right. So if you have a question and you're like, I don't necessarily want to come in your office and spend $3.25 for an hour of your time, I just have one question. Keep submitting your questions, and each week, or whenever we're doing the segment, we'll be sure to select one of your questions and answer it accordingly. We might even start doing those as clips that we post on YouTube. I'm looking at Christina as I think about that one. Or it might just be we post some of them onto our Facebook account. We'll see. But you can be guaranteed at least once a month we'll answer a question or more during the show. So send in your questions. If you have a question about business, send it in, and we might answer yours. And now, speaking of questions, I've got the answer. It's called Those Beautiful People Who Sponsor and Make This Show Possible. And now a word from our sponsors.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family.
Hi, I'm Rita Ricks. I'm inviting you to Pour at Uncorked Raleigh Wine and Coffee Bar on Saturday, September 10th from 4 to 7. They're located at 10511 Shadow Lawn Drive in Raleigh, North Carolina. The host will pour your wine choice as you enjoy networking. I'm going to take a few minutes to pour some wisdom and encouragement into you. Register on Eventbrite. Pour at Uncorked Raleigh Wine Coffee Bar tickets.
Help your business stand out from the crowd by building your brand success through social media management. We're located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100. Our website is www.socialitarva.com. You can also give us a call at 804-484-2001. Again, Socialita.
Imagine Media Lab, partnered with the Women's Business Center, offers hourly rental to a multimedia studio. Create or edit digital assets for marketing, record that podcast you've always wanted to start, voiceovers, and live stream. All equipment and software is included in your hourly rental. Located at the Women's Business Center, 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, ImagineMediaLabs.com. Book your session today.
Once again, a special thank you to our sponsors who make this show possible. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, then drop a message to admin@WorkHARDaholics.com. Okay, so procrastinators, if you're out there, this is for you, okay? A lot of times when it comes to procrastination, you're waiting till the last minute to get things done. There's an extra pressure that you may or may not get it done, and the quality may be lacking when you could have knocked it out of the box. We all know it, but as a fellow procrastinator, yeah, this means me. We also know that we can do so much better if we schedule the things we want to do and get them done. So I want to share with you all our time tool technique for this week, and it's all about Parkinson's Law. Procrastinators, this means you. So Parkinson's Law, Parkinson was this British guy, and his theory was that we make our tasks expand to the amount of time that we have, right? So that means if you know you have 2 weeks to write that paper, then you will take the entire 2 weeks to write that paper, even though you could have knocked it out in a day or two, right? And so, especially as a procrastinator, I understand this theory. We firmly believe, hey, as long as there's still more time, I can get it done. But that's not our best work, and it doesn't allow for edits or updates or anything else. So, if you're the procrastinator who wants to do better, I've got Parkinson's Law techniques for you. If you're the procrastinator who wants to stay where you are, well, then just hold on. We'll get back to you in just a minute. So here's some things that you can do. These are time management techniques, which seems appropriate for a time tool technique. All right. So here's what you do. It's pretty straightforward. Oftentimes when I talk time tool techniques, I'm showing you a gadget or an app. This is something that you're going to process and act accordingly. So first things first, try doing your work without a computer charger. And if you're like I am, actually my computer battery is actually pretty good these days. But it limits the amount of time that if you know that I'm at 20% and if I don't get this done, then I'm done. It kind of forces you to think about your time a lot more wisely. All right. The other thing is get it done early. And as a fellow procrastinator, we hear that, but it doesn't always mean anything until you've gotten bitten in the butt a few times. Then you'll think about it. So if you know it's due at midnight, try to get it done by noon. Right? Exchange 112 for the other. Another thing to do is to set a deadline. So I respect you gifted and talented procrastinators. So I can get an A if I do it at the last minute, or I can still get that proposal in, or get blah, 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 blah. Once again, still unnecessary stress, unnecessary grief. So when you're setting a deadline, that can be what you're going to procrastinate on, if you put it that way. So instead of saying, okay, I know this is due on the 1st, then I can make a deadline for myself that says, this is due on the 20th. And when it's due on the 20th, that's my deadline. So then I might be working at the last minute on the 19th to get it done by the 20th, but it's really not done until the 30th. It's psychological, and a lot of times you think that doesn't really work, but it does. Give it a try. I guess that's why it's a law. It does work. Okay? And I will share this. This isn't a part of Parkinson's, but this is really what I do for myself and for my clients. I put in penalties for everything. So this incentivizes me and my clients to get the job done because I know that there is a negative outcome, right? And so I talked about these before. So I give an example, like our partner here at the Women's Business Center, her penalty if she didn't get something done was that she had to contribute a massive amount of money to a political party that was totally opposite of hers. So everyone, it's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Everyone isn't good to say, well, you have to pay $50 every time you don't meet this goal. For some people, that means nothing. For others, that's too much. For some, that's too little. It can be that someone else gets bragging rights. Whatever it is, think of that thing that really annoys you and then be accountable to someone else for it. So those are my personal notes that I would add on to Parkinson's Law. The other thing is limit time for the task. So that's also the same concept, right? So I think about the fact there's a book that says never read emails in the morning, which I actually agree with. But that's a whole other story. But one of the things they suggest is only give yourself 20 minutes for email. Can you think about how much time you waste, like really waste on email? Or you get to the office first thing, and then the first thing you do is listen to other people's requests rather than follow what you had as a guideline for your day, which is another tip we've talked about before, is the night before you should be writing like, what are the top 5 things I'm going to do tomorrow? And that's what you go by. Do not allow others to derail your day. This is what happens. We take their phone calls. We read their emails, and then we go scurrying off to do what they requested, and we ignore the fact that we said today, these 2 things have to be done. These 3 things would be nice to do. Right? So all those things should be very helpful as Parkinson's law for you procrastinators or people who think you excel under pressure. So once again, try working without a computer charger. Get it done early in the morning. Set a deadline, limit time for a task, and I hope that those things work for you. All right? So, speaking of setting deadlines and getting things done, on your mark, ready, set, go! As I mentioned before, we are about to embark upon a 5-day challenge. And it's start your business in 5 days. Week before last, we did, I did a portion of a program that I do. I gave a little snippet of it that talked about the things that you have to do in order to start a business. And I know that I gave you some gems that you could be utilizing, but for some of you, you can get a higher level of accountability. Well, here's a free challenge just for YOU to do just that. So you'll join us September 5th. That's right, Labor Day. Put labor to your Labor Day. It's time to make some work happen. Right? And if you want to talk about Labor Day, it's supposed to be a vacation for the workers and the manufacturing and the factories. That's not you anyway, right? But even so, now I want you to go beyond taking a break from working for someone else. Let's make that permanent. Start your own business or create your own side hustle. Create something that no matter what's happening with the stock market, no matter what's happening with the Fortune 500, and no matter what Elon Musk is doing this week, find a way to have a stream of income that's just yours. So you have a business idea, a business concept, you want to know if it's valid, join us. If you've already started and you're like, well, maybe I didn't set the right foundation, join us. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I had one business, I'm looking to start another, join us. If you started it and you're not sure that you did it right, clearly, join us. 5-day free. I can't make it any better than that, people. It's free. 5-day challenge. Start your business. So we're going to get ready, get set, and go with our businesses. So join us September 5th, September 9th. You can email admin@WorkHARDaholics.com to get started, and we're looking forward to having you. I'm very excited to see multiple businesses happening all across America. Come, join in, okay? So, on that note, I hope to see you all with the challenge, but I want to take a moment because when we talk about a workaholic, right? We are people who are basically overachievers. We take a little bit of time and we make magic happen. Like people always used to ask me, Shirley, I saw you at this event. Like I just went to, I think we were talking about it last week, Bubba's block party. And I'm at all these festivals and events and activities, and then I'm still, doing functions to assist with my mother as much as she needs or desires. I am still an amazing aunt. I have witnesses. I'm now an amazing great aunt. I am still in my community. I'm still working here at the center, still running 2-3 nonprofits. I'm still doing work internationally. And people go, how on earth? How does she do it? Well, I live in balance. I'm all about, when we say work hard, play harder, business better. That's what we're all about. So we want to, especially the reason that we have the show, why we have the podcast, why we have the radio show, while I'm out here speaking in all these places and doing all these things, is that we want you to have a seat at the table even if you're not in that room. So I consider it my job as a small business consultant of over 2 decades to know who the resources are, to know what the information that you need to know. And then if you can't be in the room, I can be in the room or be connected to the people in the room so that you as a small business owner, you as a community leader, you as that activist, you as the person that's out there doing stuff, have access to know, oh, this is what was decided. Oh, this is what's available. Like that $5,000 grant. I will hate for them to come back to me and say, nobody applied, or it's still there. It's sad to me when I hear that kind of information. So we don't want that anymore, right? But we also want to make sure that while you're being the best business owner, the best employee, if that's what you choose to be, the best community leader, are you in your own equation? I was having a conversation with an amazing business owner and friend this past week. And the thing that I said to her and that I'm saying to you all is that are YOU in your schedule? All right. So your is spelled YOUR. So the beginning of your is you. Are you in your schedule? When you're making plans for activities and events and things that have to occur, are you included in that mix? It's really important because I always say you can't take care of everyone else until you take care of you. And it's just like when we talk about the fact that with the air mask, when it falls out, in case of emergency, then your air mask will drop in front of you. Please be sure to secure it, to put it onto your face and secure it your own before you help the person next to you. Because if you're helping someone else and you're drowning, in the end, you're both going to drown. It's just that simple. And so I want to make sure you're taking a moment. And I don't know what that looks like for you. And I can't make you do it. And I can't tell you what works for you. So I am an introvert. Introvert, right? And so I need time alone. So that's why for me, you'll see a picture of my toes at the beach because that's where I am. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. That is a call that I hearken to. I am headed to the beach. I don't care about the weather. That centers me. All right. I need time alone. Maybe you're an extrovert and you need more time with your family. You need time with your pet. You need time with whatever. I don't know. Maybe for you, it's doing certain things like dancing. Like I do love to dance. Or maybe it's going off of karaoke or poetry. Whatever it is for you, you need to know and make sure that you're including you in your schedule. So especially right now, I'm looking at all these parents, bless you, each and every one, and teachers whose lives are centered around the children in their classroom or their children in general. All right, so they're already planning for football practice, soccer practice, dance rehearsals, swim team. Like they're already preparing their schedules to align with their children. And they're blocking it out. I have seen some of your schedules that you have with your families, and they are insane. Color coded. This kid goes here. Who's going to transport them? And that's beautiful. That is beautiful parenting. But where are you in the equation? I also don't want you to wake up and resent everyone and everything in your family because you've never put yourself in the equation. So at this point, I want you all to take some time. Figure it out. Like I love block scheduling. If you've been with me for a while, I talk about it a lot. I say block a time every week or every other week for a date night with the hubby or whomever or your significant other. I always say block time on your calendar that you set as if it were an invitation, a special meeting with the President of the United States of America or greater. And you set time aside for to work on the vision of your company. So I believe in block scheduling. I'm a big fan. I've done episodes specifically on just that. Where are you in the block scheduling? If that's you have a movie night, I have a subscription now to whatever movie theater. And so I can go see as many movies as I like. And for me, and I go alone. In the dark and watch a movie. And I've watched some stupid movies, but for me, it's like, it's something I normally do when I'm at the office and I'm working too hard. I will actually stop. I'm like, Shirley, it's 7:00 at night and you're still at the office. Get out of here, go to a movie. And then I will go and I will do that. What do you do for you? So, as I said, my Shirleyism for this week is remember you in your schedule. All right? So, at this point, we're wrapping up. Believe it or not. All right? So, I want to remind you once again, the 5-day challenge. Please, this is for you. I don't know if we'll do this again. We might. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I know that it's the season for you to take care of you, for you not to wait 20 years until the kids are grown and out of the house or whatever else before you remember your dreams, your purpose, and your calling. As a WorkHARDaholic, we want you to just really embrace and enjoy every aspect of your life, right? We want your recrudescence to begin now. Thought I forgot about the word? Of course not. And along that note, that's when I say, you can do it. See, I didn't forget the bouquet moment either. All right, people. As we always say here, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Until next time, ta-ta! Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. 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 Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.